the schedule. The test results were not all in this morning, and so by the protocol, nobody's allowed to be in the building. The players were not allowed in here until we got all of those back. So everything was clear. It was just a delay in that, so we had to push the schedule back a little bit. And everybody's piling in the building now. We'll be back out on the field there at noon. So a little delay in the schedule, but appreciate you guys. And then also, I think you guys saw yesterday. Wanted to give you an update on Deandre. On Deandre Swift, we changed the what we were doing with him yesterday. So he's no longer in the concussion protocol. He was here a little bit yesterday, and he started not feeling well. So went ahead and sent him home before practice. Let's see. So as far as the concussion protocol, he's no longer in it, and it has been something that is not COVID related, but he still is having some issues. So he's not going to be out there at practice today. As far as it goes, we're going to continue to take this through the end of the week. We'll see how he continues to react to things, and then we'll be able to give you an update for Sunday. But that's about as much information on Deandre as I can give you. So with that, open it up to questions.
All right, we'll start off with Corey.
Hey, Darrell, question. You just gave us the update on Deandre Swift. Has there been any talk about shutting him down for the season with the concussion and now the unrelated illness?
It's really been a day-to-day thing, and so I wouldn't say it's gone that far as that discussion. I think it's just been a focus every day on his health and and trying to get him right.
Justin?
This might surprise you, but I got a couple football-related questions here, Darrell. Hunter Bryant back at practice this week. Obviously hasn't been the rookie season you'd hope. He missed a lot of practice in camp with the one injury, then the concussion. What do you think he could provide for you guys down the stretch, if anything?
Well, Justin, we really liked what we saw out of him in training camp. So we were able to get him to start back to practice. And all the things. You saw how we declared that, and he's doing a nice job. But he's still in his rookie year, still learning a lot. So give him an opportunity to get out there on the field, see what he can do, see what we have, and we'll just kind of go from there.
And then I wanted to ask about Joe Dahl. I thought he played pretty well for you guys as a starter last year. Same thing in the opener, and then when he pitched in the Jacksonville game, I think when he first came back from injury. But it seems like he's fallen down the depth chart a little bit. I'm just curious where he's at in your eyes and his ability to contribute here down the stretch as well.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's an important part of our football team. He has been a good player for us. I have no reservations in putting him in the game at any time. He can play multiple positions for us. He's an emergency guy at a lot of those positions. I mean, he can play center. Comfortable with him at both guards. He could go out and play tackle if we needed to. So no reservations about Joe at all.
Thank you, Darrell.
Dave?
Darrell, one other thing on Deandre, just because he's a rookie and it's been so long since he's practiced, I mean, even if he was clear to go Sunday, like what sort of role could he have given some of those limitations, I guess?
Well, Dave, that's a good question. What we've been able to do with him, we kind of started with this season, right? I mean, he missed a bunch of time in training camp, and so we're just kind of building him up and give him a little bit more. So obviously, it would go back to just a smaller package for him. He's been in meetings. He's kind of been in and out. Coaches have been in communication with him. He's been on some Zoom stuff. So we just have to see, as far as the game plan specific stuff, it would be very specific so that he could go out there and play fast, like I talk about.
And how did Gallaudet come through the last 2 days as well?
Yeah, improving every day, and like what he's doing. So we'll see how it goes.
Great, thank you.
O'Hara.
Yeah, Coach, just unmuting here. I just wondered, you've called plays before in big games and Super Bowls. So have you projected ahead what it's going to be like on Sunday, being the head coach, stepping out there in charge of a team, and maybe have any kind of routines, what you might say to the team and as you're going out, things like that, on just how it feels to be the head coach?
Yeah, like I said, everything, every opportunity of something that I'm doing this first week is new. It's really exciting. It's been a fun time. I've got a lot of great support staff here that's helping me with that. To be honest with you, on Sunday during the game, calling the plays and being the head coach, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. Like I said, I have great support staff. In these next 2 days, then we'll move our focus to actual game day, make sure our communication is very clear, what's going to happen, where I am on which line, so that the guys that need to get to me can get to me. And then, the decisions that need to make in the game management situation, I think that's going to be the most important part, so that we nail those. And I feel really confident about it. We have great people that are going to be helping me with that. And like I said, we'll continue to communicate with it. Each and every meeting's been fun. It's been exciting to communicate with them. I give them really quick shots, and just give them brief messages. And I'm really excited about the last one on Saturday night before they go hit the field.
Have you thought at all about things like challenges and you talked about communication? Do you rehearse that at all? Because you're going to be in with all three units now.
Yes, that's going to happen today and tomorrow. We have these meetings planned to make sure that we're on that. I have been involved. We've had coordinators meetings with the head coach and the same game management team that we have, and so I've already been on all of those, so I know how those go, and I know the communication during the game from at least my half. Now I just need to get the communication and exactly how we're gonna handle it, where I'm gonna be on what line, so that communication is clear.
All right, cool. Hey, thanks a lot.
All right, we got time for two more. Brad.
Darrell, you've been asked so much about Kenny Gallaudet this week. When you guys have had him this season, he's been Kenny Gallaudet, and then his contract became such a big conversation. There's no general manager right now. He's been out for so long. Can you give us a sense of what he's been like in the building, where his mind's been at, and what he's brought to you guys when he's not been able to play?
Yeah, I mean, Brad, I was just downstairs talking to him like right before I came up here, and just talking about what we're doing for the weekend and all that stuff. And I mean, I love Kenny. I mean, he's always got a good look in his eye. He's a super competitive guy. He wants to be out there for his teammates. He wants to be out there and playing ball for himself. And I mean, he's a game changer for us when he's out there. I think you just see the production that he has. I mean, first game he's out there, he catches a touchdown pass for us. So we definitely miss him and his athleticism and his big catch radius, and can't wait to get him back out there.
And then to follow up on what Mike was asking you about Sunday, you talked about kind of not getting deflated the other day and hitting that wall for a second. What do you expect to be like when you wake up on Sunday morning? You gonna try to stay cerebral, or are you gonna be like the Kool-Aid man and ready to run through a wall and just absolutely be nuts all day?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to wait and see how I react to that. But I think the thing from playing the quarterback position, at a real young age, from my dad, he said never let him see you sweat. So I want the guys to be able to look over to me and they see somebody's got it under control, that somebody is very poised. But that doesn't mean that you can't show your excitement, at any moment. So I'm just kind of ready to let it rip, and I'll just be in the moment and see what happens.
Awesome, man.
All right, Mike, last one.
Hey, Darrell, I got a couple for you. I'm actually curious how the Favre picture with you has started to make its way around the internet. Like, how much have you, I know you talked about it yesterday, how much have you actually gotten that photo texted to you in the last, few days, and have players kind of messed with you with it a little bit?
No, I would not say in the last few days, Mike, but over time, it's come up in team meetings and offensive meetings. It's come up a lot. Yeah, I mean, I love the picture. I mean, I love my haircut in that thing. It's sweet flat top, So it was a good time, good memory.
More serious football note. Firstly, do you need to have a player practice because every coach has a different philosophy with this? Does a player have to practice throughout the course at some point during the week in order to play for you on Sunday?
Mike, I mean, that's a great question, and I think it's something that we're always asking ourselves as coaches. And I think it really comes down to an individual basis. I have had guys that didn't get any reps and then they play, and I've done it the other way as well. So I think it's just really dependent on the situation, who the player is, their background. There's so many things that could go into it. So I think it's a case-by-case basis.
And I asked you about corners, I think it was on Wednesday, and you said you'd feel comfortable by the end of the week. Where do you feel like you are right now with your corner situation, and how do you feel like that can maneuver itself?
Well, I feel more comfortable at it now, knowing that we're going to at least go in the game with 4 corners. I think last week we ended the game with 3 corners. So give you obviously some more flexibility as well. And, not to give you any more insight, but we'll wait to see how the inactives and actives shake up on Sunday, and we'll go from there.
Cool. I guess lastly, I'll just ask, have you ruled anybody out for this week yet?
Eamon, help me out on that. What we put out, that goes out today, right?
Yep, after practice today.
Okay. Just wasn't sure if you're going to share it before. Appreciate it, though.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Mike, go ahead. Kidding. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, Bevell, If they run the table, will you commit to bringing back the flat top?
Absolutely, heartbeat. The only thing I have to do is I have to check with my wife because she was the one, she liked it, but then she told me it wasn't the most professional haircut. So I love it though.
I think 5-0 merits it.
Let's go.
Thanks, Bev.
Thanks.